Hi there everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're gonna learn how to make a reversible satin hair bonnet. So this I have already made in pink and in blue and I really love it. So without any further ado, let's get right into this video and see how to make them. You need a satin fabric, fabric clips, fabric pins, tape measure, scissors, an elastic tape, and a pattern. So with a pattern, it depends on you, but I'd like to use a pattern. I made this pattern so I can use over and over again. So it has a diameter of 24 on both sides, so it's a really round circle, and also it has a radius of 12. So definitely if the diameter is 24, the radius is gonna be 12. So what we're gonna do next is to lay our fabric, and because it's two-sided, I fold the fabric into two and also fold it on top so that by the end of cutting I have already two pieces, so I don't have to cut it twice. So because you're making a reversible satin hair bonnet, if we're going to use another fabric on the other side, then I'll cut one of each. So now we'll lay pattern on the fabric and then make sure everything is flat and nice so that after cutting you have everything is even, both round circles are even. So I will pin it down first. I'm going to use the fabric clips because it's very easy to use, especially at the edges, because in the middle it's not possible to use it there. So I'll use it at the edges to pin it nicely. Make sure your fabric is really nice and flat, that there are no folds anywhere. So after I have pinned it with the clips, now I'll still try to make it flat and then use the pins so that it's really nice laid and everything before I head over to cut the fabric. So now that it's pinned and everything is flat, I'm going to cut it out. So yeah, even when cutting, make sure it's flat and nice, everything is good. So there we go, and I'm going to take the pins and clips off and also take the pattern off. Then there we go, we have two pieces of round circles. So what I'm going to do is to put the right sides together, because we're going to sew around the edges of the round circle and turn it over. So we have to make sure that the both of the right sides are together like that. Make sure that they are even and then pin them. Now I'm going to use the fabric clips because they're really easy to use, and there everything is even and nice. So after pinning, now I'm going to sew the edges, and I'm not going to sew to the end. I'm going to leave about 2 inches or 1.5 inches open so that I'll be able to flip the fabric inside out. So we'll sew that and leave the space. So that is the space that I've left open. Remember to leave it so you can flip your fabric. So what I'm going to do now is to snip the what do you call it, the allowance so that the fabric, so that there'll be some ease because it's a round seam. So you snip it for some ease so that after flipping it and ironing, your fabric will be flat and nice. So I keep snipping, and then now it's time to flip the fabric. So turn it nicely. There we go. Now it's time to iron. Make sure you iron the edges so it's flat and nice. So now that you're done ironing, I'm going to sew about half an inch from the edge all round, and also same place that we left about the 2 or 1.5 inch wide open. We're also going to sew onto that place open, and this is to be able to insert the elastic tape. So remember to leave that space exactly where you left it open whilst you were turning it. So let's get to the machine and sew that. So I left about half an inch or about 3/4, depending on how wide you want that ruffle side to be. So I'll sew and leave about 1.5 or 2 inches there open. So I'm gonna end somewhere here, same place where I left it open in the beginning. So we're going to do another round stitch, and that is about 1/4 inch from the first stitch, and that we're gonna close it all round. We're not gonna leave any space, so we sew that all round without leaving any space. So let's do that and move on to the next step. So now that everything is sewn, all the seams are done, we'll measure about 20 inches of elastic tape depending on how tight or loose you want it, but I think 20 is perfect because while you're inserting the elastic tape, I feel that it stretches out a little bit, so I use about 20 or 19 depending on the head size. So you fix your what do you call it, the safety pin on the one side of the elastic tape, and then you find the space you left and then insert your elastic tape. So whilst you insert it, you push the fabric backwards. And then also one thing that you need to remember is the other side of the elastic tape. Make sure it doesn't get missing in the loop, because you would also need that to the other side of the elastic tape to join. So you pin it to the, when you have a little bit left, you pin it to the fabric so it doesn't get lost in the hoop. So after doing that, you continue to insert your elastic tape, and then here we go, it's done, and we sew the elastic tape together on the machine with a zigzag stitch, and then we're almost done. Now what we have to do is to close the open seams that we have after inserting the elastic tape. That was the main purpose we left the second one open. So now that it's done, all the stitches are closed, our satin hair bonnet is ready, and make sure you even out all of the folds so that they are even and nice. I believe this is looking nice already. I love the color and the polka dot fabric. And thanks for watching. I hope it was easy and you can do it. See you again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.